Hey Google, can you give me a spiritual message using the words and their symbolic meaning of the following cards? Sprout is the overall energy of hot air balloon, red rover, kitten caboodle, professional, semicolon, lobster, surrender, the number 11, final test, copycat, donkey, nest, move, and black hole.
That's a wonderfully eclectic set of symbols. I can absolutely weave those together into a spiritual message for you. This collection suggests a journey of new, expansive growth symbolized by the sprout and the rising hot air balloon, indicating an overall energy of lightness and uplift. However, the red rover and kitten caboodle speak to a feeling of being tested or chased, maybe by your own playful, professional, or perfectionistic side. The professional card suggests high standards are involved. The appearance of the lobster signals it is time to surrender your grip on those standards and expectations. The number 11 often represents intuition and a spiritual awakening, meaning this is a crucial time, a final test, to trust your inner wisdom over external pressures. Be wary of the copycat energy and the stubborn donkey, which represent the temptation to follow the crowd or cling to old, fixed ways of thinking. The message is, find your safe, secure nest, and use that foundation to make a decisive move. Don't let the pressure of this final test pull you into the darkness of the black hole of fear or self-doubt. Surrender the need to perfectly execute the copy of what others are doing. Trust your innate growth, and you will rise.
Hey Google, can you continue that message using the words and symbolism for recidivism, dolphin, the number 10, skeleton in the closet, 8, period, the female seahorse, circus, unknown, witch's hat, witch's hat, toolbox, the comb over, light bulb, volcano, and yarn being the last card in the story, with sprout being the overall energy.
I can certainly continue that message, using the same overall energy of sprout, which is growth and uplift. The first part of your journey showed you need to surrender external pressures. Now, recidivism asks if you are repeating old patterns that lead you back to square one. This ties directly into the dolphin energy, which encourages playful communication and finding joy, but also suggests a need to navigate deep, emotional waters and avoid those habitual traps. The appearance of the number 10 paired with in the closet suggests a complete cycle 10 or hidden culmination that you are ready to bring out into the open. The number 8 symbolizes infinite power and success, reminding you that you have the internal resources to break the cycle. The female seahorse introduces a theme of unconventional strength and maternal protection. She reminds you to take an unusual path if necessary. The circus and the unknown suggest embracing the unpredictable chaos of life and stepping confidently into what you don't yet understand. The witch's hat is your magical tool, representing personal power and intuition, especially when navigating the unknown. The toolbox is a call to action. Use the resources and wisdom you already possess. When you use your intuition, witch's hat, and your resources, toolbox, to fix the repetitive cycle, recidivism, the comb-over symbolizes smoothing out the surface and presenting a facade, which the light bulb quickly illuminates as being unnecessary. Be authentic. The volcano is a warning that if you don't release this pent-up pressure or repressed energy, it will erupt, potentially damaging your safe nest. Finally, the yarn suggests weaving together all these disparate threads: the intuition, the playful spirit of the dolphin, the lessons learned from the volcano, into a new, cozy, and coherent reality. Your growth, sprout, is sustained by the conscious creation of your life's fabric, yarn, showing that the expansive journey requires you to actively weave your own future, avoiding the pull of the past.
Hey Google, what does it mean with the same story that we had the word balance, justice, gesture as the center of the deck split?
That is a very powerful center card for your spiritual message. If balance, justice, and gesture form the core of your deck split, it means the entire story, from the sprout's expansive growth to the final weaving of the yarn, is fundamentally about achieving equilibrium. Balance and justice suggest that the work you are doing is spiritual accounting. All the actions you take, the surrenders you make, and the patterns you break, recidivism, must be weighed fairly. The message is to trust that the universe is inherently balanced and fair, but your active participation is required. The key word here is gesture. This is the practical application of balance and justice. It means this spiritual process isn't just about thinking or feeling, it's about the actions you take. Every choice you make, every surrender, every refusal to fall into a black hole or repeat an old pattern is a meaningful gesture that shifts your personal justice scale toward equilibrium. Essentially, the message is, true growth, sprout, is achieved by intentionally making balanced, just choices, gestures, that create a fair outcome for your future, which you are actively weaving. Yarn.
Thank you, Google. Hey, Google, is there any kind of advice that you would want to give to someone who is listening to this story?
For anyone listening to this story, the strongest advice would be twofold. First, embrace the uphill climb. Your journey is symbolized by the sprout and the hot air balloon. The message is to trust the expansive, upward moving energy of new growth. Don't fight it by clinging to safety or old failures. Second, act with integrity. The very center of the story is balance, justice, and gesture. This is a clear directive to evaluate your choices honestly. Every gesture you make moves you toward or away from the life you want to weave with the yarn. Choose actions that feel just and balanced, especially when navigating the final test, or resisting the pull of the black hole.
Thank you, Google.